You gonna help me out here? Okay. You gonna be my first interview?
Yeah.
You gonna be my first interview? Huh? Gonna be my first interview? This is Tim with Spirit Hunters Paranormal 911. We've been invited to a client's house. Been having some activity that they want us to come in and check and see what we can find out for them, try to give them some answers of what's going on. This place is a pretty good sized house, and they've been hearing, we say you hear like noises.
All kinds of different noises.
Like last Friday night, when we were trying to sleep, there was a whole bunch of banging, sounded like things were falling and dropping, and then you'd come out here and there'd be nothing.
And you say that was all happening around about 3 o'clock in the morning?
That happened pretty much all night.
Yeah.
Pretty much all night? So it's kind of when everything settles down, y'all fix to go to bed, or do it while y'all still awake?
While we're still awake too, because they go to bed early, but I don't always go to bed early.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll lay right there on the couch and she'll be barking at these or something, or like, you can hear different things coming from over here or whatever. And then sometimes I'll go outside to smoke and you can hear different things out there. And some of the stuff that like moves or whatever, it's close to you. And like, then it's time for me to come back inside. And at night, I don't go anywhere on this side of the yard at all. I stay right here and I stay close by the door. So if anything sounds or happens, I can come inside.
Are y'all aware if the activity is exclusive to y'all's house, or if any of the neighbors have any issues that y'all are aware of in that area? Or
I don't know. The only one, they don't really speak very good English. They're sweet as can be, but they don't really speak English, and I don't speak English. And this lady right here is the one I mostly talk to, and she's sweet as pie. I love her to death. But the rest of them we haven't really talked to. But she hasn't mentioned anything. And she loves this house, and she was friends with the people that own the house.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the same owners the whole time.
That's what
The house was built in 79.
Well, at least that's the
And it was the
idea.
same owners. And she's been there for 35 years. And she loved the family that was here. Mom, that's recording.
So do you,
My brother plays in her.
No.
say you just moved into the house recently, right?
Right.
I'm sorry.
Do you know of any history, or like, has anybody died in the house?
Yes,
Or?
the gentleman that owned the house,
Mhm.
he died in the house. From my understanding, natural causes sick in 2019.
2019.
And then the lady, she had dementia, and then she was getting to where she was wandering off. So the kids moved her with them, according to the lady next door.
Mm-hmm.
So they could keep up with her and keep an eye on her.
Okay.
But she says that the people that were here were just wonderful, wonderful, sweet people.
Yeah. Okay. You mentioned, I believe, that you said that you or someone else had seen like a shadow or something like that.
So the way my bed faces, I can see straight into the hall and straight into that bathroom. And I wake up every day, usually between 3:30 most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I wake up choking, I can't breathe. And one night I woke up and she was laying in front of me, and she normally doesn't lay up with me. She usually lays at the foot of the bed, but she was laying right here between me and the doorway.
Mm-hmm.
And she's kind of growling and looking that way a little bit. And I look up.
Did you hear that? A breathing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Like a
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did y'all hear that? Or
I wasn't sure what I heard. I try to dismiss a lot of things.
wow.
I'm just always like, oh, well, there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. But I saw like super black. I don't even know how to explain it because it had no outline.
Yeah, kind of almost like a mist or kind of a blob.
Yeah, like
You
a
know,
blob.
it doesn't have the shape of a person. It's just something that's all a dark figure.
And it felt very, very, very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And she gets up, walks around me, and stands over me, and was just growling and barking, and all her hair is just standing up.
But she was looking in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she stood over me, like she was protecting me. So I don't know. I rolled over and just pretended I couldn't see what I saw.
Yeah. A lot of people, clients I've had things like that. Said they'll hear a noise or something, like it's at the bottom of the toilet of their bed, and they know that they're hearing it, that they're awake and they're hearing it, but they're afraid to look. You know, they just want to kind of turn it over and just kind of, you know, a lot of times I can't sleep. I didn't get to sleep the rest of the night, but I wasn't going to turn it over and look because I was afraid of what I might see if I did. So.
And she comes in here a lot in the night, and she'll just be going berserk, and I'll come in here and I don't see nothing. I'll go outside and walk around, I don't see nothing.
Yeah.
Well,
animals are
acceptable
acceptable.
at that window.
Yeah.
And then the one night I was sitting right there by that window, right in front of about where the pillow thing is. And we were just chilling, and she started barking over at that window, because I was over this way, so I know she was aimed at that window. And then all of a sudden, she looks over at me, and she just went crazy. Her hair stood up, she's growling, she's barking. And I went to go to her, and I'm like, baby, it's okay, what's wrong? And she backed up from me and growled even worse, and showed her teeth more. And she went barking crazy on me. And she wouldn't even let me touch her, and she kept backing up. And she wouldn't let me have anything to do with her.
More likely whatever she was seeing over here, it had moved over there close to you. That's why she changed directions.
It must have been following me, because I moved over, because this side of the couch was over there, and I moved over there because she had run over there. And so I went over there to her, and she's still just on me.
Yeah.
Is the activity, I guess what I'm trying to ask is it exclusive to the house, or do y'all say go to another family or friend's house and it seems to follow y'all, or does it seem to be confined to the house, or?
No, I'm pretty sure we have somebody with us.
Right.
But I think it's somebody that's protective. But there's something else here, and I don't know what it is. And the black thing, I don't like it. Whatever that is, I don't like it. It's just, I don't know. And I know, like, I've seen her playing with somebody, and wagging her tail and playing, and a lot of times she's looking up. That doesn't bother me. Stuff like that don't bother me. It's the other stuff that even they don't like. The bird's gone crazy.
Yeah, in my room, there are some nights where, like, it's, like, when I first started really noticing it in my room, it was mostly in one corner of, like, my daughter's bed, and, it was just dark, and I didn't let her sleep on her bed for a while. She kept sleeping with me. And then there was one night that I was home, and she wasn't here, she was with my cousins, and I keep my door shut, and I looked by the door because I heard something, and there was something really dark and very heavy by the door, but there was also something else there that was a very lighter feeling, like in front of it, and like you could see the dark, and then you could see like a lighter something right there, but I don't know, like maybe like something was in front of it, like trying to protect me or something, I don't know. And then there was one night, I think this past weekend or something, I couldn't sleep at all. There was a bunch of noises. I dealt with some stuff in here, so I went back to my room, and when I got to my room, I still heard stuff in this way, and like, I was laying there, and my bird started like growling, and my bird doesn't really growl, ever, and like, I kinda ignored it for a minute, and she kept doing it, and I turned on my flashlight and I looked, and like nothing was there, and like she was all fluffed up and like uncomfortable about something, and then she stopped, so I turned my back towards her and the rest of the room and faced towards the wall, and sometime in the middle of the night, I don't know whether it was 34, whatever, but there was something, like, you could feel something was behind me. I don't know what it was. I didn't turn over. I pulled the blanket over my head, and I continued on my phone, and my bird, she just started growling, and just, like, I was like, I'm just gonna ignore it this time. She'll stop. It'll be fine. But it got louder. She got louder, and she got more intense, and, like, started squawking and, like, freaking out. Like, it was almost like something was about to get her or me.
Yeah.
And, like, she was, like, I turned on all the lights in my room.
What kind of bird is it?
It's an African gray.
African gray? Okay. My grandson has an African gray. Do you ever feel like you've been touched or anything? You get that?
Not necessarily here though.
Not here?
No, just other places.
Yeah.
And I dealt with stuff like this most of my life, so I'm kind of used to it.
Yeah.
The only time it bothers me is when I feel intense evil or anger.
Yeah.
That's the only time.
There was one night that something, like, I wouldn't say it necessarily touched me, but it was strong enough to press down at the bottom of my bed.
Yeah. Move the mattress or shake the bed.
Like it was almost like pushing down on it,
Sort
or
of
like getting on it,
sort
or
of
like
that, maybe.
kind of.
Right.
Do you ever, like when you're walking through the house, you know, you have what the temperature is now, but it's like you walked into, like somebody just opened up a freezer door,
Oh, yeah.
like cold
Cold
spots.
spots.
Yeah.
Not here.
I have.
No. You haven't noticed any objects or anything that you knew you put in one place and went to go get it, and it was in somewhere else, been moved?
I mean,
Yeah.
yes, but I just try to tell myself that maybe I'm just going crazy,
No.
and I put it somewhere else, but yeah.
Yeah,
Or
that happens
stuff.
a lot.
You find stuff out that wasn't out before.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The outside, when I go outside, she will push her way in front of me and make sure she goes out first. She will run that back fence line and bark. And sometimes she'll do this corner over here sometimes. Not always.
She does. She pushes her way out in front of me too.
She'll do that whole back fence line.
How long would you say that fence line is, as far as like how many feet or so?
I haven't fucking.
With your permission, maybe here in the next couple of minutes, would you be okay with me going out there with the EMF meter and my camera
Yeah.
to get a?
Oh, where's the shed? Right out here?
Right out there.
I'll grab my camera real quick.
Does she go over there and just bark at that shed, or over there like something's in the shed, or
She does the shed and the fence line.
shed and the fence
And
line?
then she'll,
But she doesn't concentrate, just like particularly like she was, you know, barking here at the window. Does she do that like at the shed
Sometimes.
sometimes?
And sometimes it's like right there behind the shed towards like the space between the fences.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a space between the fences behind the shed.
Yeah, because they have the telephone poles,
Yeah.
the light poles, or not light pole, but the telephone poles in the yard. And I guess the person that was here before built another fence on this side of it. But that fence only goes, it becomes part of that shed.
Yeah.
And so it's like the back side of that shed, and then it ends there. And then once she does all her, whatever she's doing, barking, and she'll come stand over here, like she's guarding, like in the entranceway, because there's these brick things that go around.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll stand right there, or she'll stand at the corner, or she'll pace between the two and watch that way. And while I sit right here.
Okay.
You want me to show you out there?
Yeah, if it's alright with you, sir, I'll go out there and do the baseline EMF. And would it be okay if I roll, as long as I don't get you on film, roll with the camera? Awesome.
Does the name Noah or Delane ring a bell?
No.
You get mail for Devin or something like that sometimes.
No. While we were doing the interview with the client, I was picking up on energy. Felt like there was two spirits that were there at the time. I couldn't tell what they were. I just knew there was something there. We did hear a sound. It almost sounded like a male, kind of doing a heavy breathing, or kind of what you would do if you were kind of disgusted, going, it's about what it sounded like. Um, one of the devices that we were using, a little K2, I did see it flicker a couple times, but I don't think that was anything major at that time. So let's go ahead and proceed with the video. We're fixing to do a walk through and see about getting some readings, see what areas we pick up any type of energy.
Ambient light or none? me, sorry. Sir, probably an electrical line, but
Yeah.
okay. Debunked.
Furnace.
Okay. You want me to continue rolling or just?
Yeah.
All right, you got it. You want me to go over there and document that?
Getting a fluctuation.
Between 3 and 6 milligauss.
Yeah, but it jumped up there to about 19.
Interesting.
So quick to drop down. But it's averaging there about 3-4, which is normal.
Right.
Nothing over here.
Uh-huh.
No.
Try getting it closer to that light switch. Make sure it's not.
No. That jumps up to 25, 26. Over here. It's not going to pick that up.
Right.
Over here is picking up a little bit of EMF
Right.
energy.
Yes, sir.
jumped up on the E-Rad 20 or 18.2. We'll just go back outside.
Yes. So not their patio area.
And that's the area where you say it just kind of feels uncomfortable on this side.
Mm-hmm.
Close up of this. That's my EMF meter going off, and it's hot water here. Alright, documented. Oh wow.
Yeah, that was a really good idea waking him up with. I just practiced the dead body. What?
Huh.
There's no way. Yo, whoever dies first is the weenie. I think he's close.
Pretty high readings right here
Right.
in this room.
Uh-huh.
And I am getting like a static charge.
Noted.
And this is the room with the bird.
I
There you are. I see you down there.
Climb that and get out of here. Climb the ladder and get out of here. Let's go.
For real. Pretty high readings.
Okay, I'm listening. No one knock each other off. Okay. Alright, I'm backing out of here. Bye, guys. I have no clue. Let's go. Come on. Bring it up. It's the only way. Why did you drop it?
So what you know.
noted. Document this. Oh, no, it's flat.
Flat lined in here.
Huh.
Get this one more time.
Alright.
So 30, 34 in that room. About the same. Except I'm getting more of a fluctuation.
Right.
In there.
And
a flat line out to here.
Right.
Have you noticed anything in the daughter's room? Any type of activity in there, sounds?
Yeah, that's mine in the room.
Well, that is yours? I thought yours was where the bird was.
Oh, the one that my daughter's in right now is her room.
Oh, it's your room? And that's where you say, that's where you were when you said you looked out in the hallway and saw the shadow figure? Yeah, because I'm getting real hot. You know that energy in those two rooms? More than normal. Now, if you get this thing close to like a receptacle, it's going to set it off. But in there, when they're receptacle, just walk inside the door and the thing just shot up in both rooms. That's where I'm not getting much anything anywhere else. That way.
That was me.
Hanging on the wall right there in the hallway, that phone rack or whatever it is. I want to take it down and get rid of it. The previous owners. But every time I go to do that, I get this really bad feeling, and it's almost like this voice that tells me no. But
You
I
say
don't.
that was there from the previous owner?
Mm-hmm.
No.
There's several things in this house.
Gas meter?
Gas meter?
Yeah. Over there on the black case?
Right here?
No, it's over there in that box.
Okay.
The one I was using now. On over. You're going the wrong direction, dude.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Sorry. I was trying to roll the camera wall. Oh, pardon me. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Sorry. One more piece. Quick.
You notice that was. That's a
Noted.
Okay, this is like the easiest thing ever. But what have I
If there's anybody here with us in this home, I have a device setting up over here on the bed. It's a little ring card. If you're here with us and would like to communicate, can you walk over there and touch it? It's going to make a little beeping sound. It's going to start flashing different color lights on it. It will not harm you. We're not here to harm you. We're just hoping that you'll come and communicate with us. We'd like to know who's here and maybe why they're here. The family here invited us to see if we could get some answers for them, because they've been having a lot of things going on, which we believe might be you.
Are they sabotaging my bill? Okay, never mind. I think they're supposed to do this.
We hear you make a lot of knocks, a lot of bangs, different sounds.
I'm gonna head back into my headquarters, and this Google build is missing, and these two
Can you do that for me, please?
built the last one. Either way, if I turn this back on, I think it'd be pretty epic if we still have the work too.
It's just like piece it back together on this side. This sucks.
The next thing is obviously a meteor. I don't know if it's a natural disaster, but I think I should count it as one. And Loki, this one just seems perfect. Yeah, that's good enough. I click this, I click share, copy the link, and now it's downloading the meteor. I'm gonna head back over to my side. And yeah, these guys are doing a lot right now. Asian village next to broken. I kind of want to add meteor.
We'd just like to know if you're here.
Right, I want to counter sort of here.
There we go. Okay, maybe that's not enough blocking this time.
Oh my, that's the fourth worker! Go, my minion! Pick up the best build!
By using this little device over here on the bed with the red light, that's a way that you can show us that you are here.
Now this already looks insane. My plans have every single natural disaster. I wonder who's my biggest competition. Because we have Kipley's over here.
That'd be cool to have like some orbs and stuff, you know what I mean?
We have Smalls over there. And then we also have Thermites. That's good enough. What are these guys doing together?
Like Strat, you know how like the thing is natural disaster, right?
Yeah.
If you were to sabotage someone and blow them up, that's what's helping them, right?
And these guys are a teammate. Places everywhere. In tiny mode, I don't think she'll notice. But just as fast I have to go normal size. I'm fucking this everywhere. That's no idea.
Thermite, are you serious? You wanted to act all nice to me because just to do this? Are you serious?
But now the only humans left, and the roof down ancient civilization is free. This is like a broken farm, some ruins. There's like all kinds of people fighting, and it's an open
Let's see what that sound was.
I have a little device here in my hand. Something you can use to talk, and we'll be able to hear what you have to say. Would you like to come and have a conversation with me? Can you tell me who lived in this house? Please come and join me. Let me know who you are. My name is Tim. The other gentleman who's with me, his name is also Tim. And we're just here trying to have a conversation with you.
Just
Trying to find out who's here.
this device on the couch there, the one with the metal rod sticking out of it. If you get near it, grab it, touch it, it just lights up, makes different colors, and lets us know you're there. That little ball next to it, you tap it or go near it and touch it, it'll just light up and again let us know that you're there.
Correct.
Can you do that? Can you walk over there and touch that little device with the red light? There's something about that little window over there, that little area that the dog keeps barking at. Is that you?
Could you possibly tell us your name? We introduce ourselves. It's proper. We'd appreciate if you would introduce yourself.
Overdose.
Overdose? What do you mean by that? There's an older gentleman that used to live in this house and passed away here. Could you tell me his name? Or maybe you could tell me if he's still here. Please come and join us. We'd like to have a conversation with you. Who's in this home? I understand you're able to do things, make a lot of noises. Can you do that for me, please? Please come make your presence known. Show me that you're here.
Is there someone out here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just checking.
Too many to count.
There's too many out there to count.
All right.
How many are in here? Can you give me a number? How many spirits are here?
5.
Who's the little girl's voice I heard? There's a lot of energy back in those two back bedrooms. Who's back there? Can you come in here, please? Make some noise, something I can hear.
Or this black device in my hand. If you touch it, grab it, it'll light up.
Do you have any items that you purchased, like from a antique store, or something old or something that was handed down?
My mom has, we've gotten,
What is it?
we've gotten different things from like different estate sales and stuff. And then, me and my daughter have, animals and stuff that were given to us from my boyfriend who was killed.
Are there any family members here? Use this device I have sitting right here and talk real clear and real loud where we can hear. Who's here?
The number's here.
Getting a little bit of spike on the K2. You spiked all the way up. Yes.
All the way to red?
Yes.
Who's here? There's a little device sitting right here on the table with a red light. Can you touch that? Both of them. Who's both of them? Use these little toys and devices to communicate with us. Show me that you're here.
It's spiking intermittently up to red.
Does it come and go, or is it constant?
It comes and it goes. Seems to be in conjunction with the spirit box.
Shouldn't be.
Yeah, no spikes whatsoever. So, it's debunked. Please, these devices over here on the table, the radio device, if you get close to it, speak loudly and clearly into it. We should be able to hear what you have to say. The little ball on the table there, if you touch it, it'll light up, and it just lights up like a Christmas tree, beautiful colors. And none of these devices will harm you anyway. The people that lived here prior, were they Hispanic speaking folks, or were they English or bilingual, or? Okay, I didn't know if it Spanish voice may come through the spirit box. I was gonna possibly relate that to that. If they were Caucasian. Okay, alright, will do.
What did you just ask?
If the people that lived here prior to them were Caucasian or if they were Spanish. Yeah, I got that on the video. That lot. They said no?
No.
Huh. The EMS.
Who lives in this home? Can you tell me their name, please? How many spirits are in this home? Can you give me a number?
K2 spiking up to the yellow.
I think I heard you. Can you tell me that number again? Use any of these little toys or devices I have sitting here. They will not harm you.
EMS.
Things you can use to communicate with us. Is there anything evil here? Radio. Yeah, that's kind of like a radio. But you can use it and talk through. We can hear what you have to say. Use this device I have sitting here on the table. Let's have a conversation.
Yep.
Are you right here in front of me? that somebody moving? That sound back there. Is that somebody?
Someone came in the door.
Okay.
The quad lit up there for a split second.
Huh?
The quad lit up for a split second. It's a fish sort, dude. There we go.
That was me. Eric? Who's Eric? Are you here? Yes or no? Can you make some noise, something we can hear? I detected you. Are you a ghost? Are you a ghost? You? Who's here? Can you give me your name, please? I don't know what that was. Came through pretty quick.
What does it sound like?
Echo.
Ah,
Are they there?
cat ball just went off. Cat ball's going off.
Might have been from his sound.
Yeah.
Because the car's beeping too.
Yeah.
Because of the sound.
Yeah, it's gonna be the vibration going off.
Well, usually, if he would bark, if it was something that was kind of a threat, his tail wouldn't be wagging. What about 15? Is that how old you are? 2024.
I'm going to try direct EVP with the digital recorder. Real-time EVP, I should say.
During this investigation, we were hearing, a lot of little sounds, knocks and bangs. Sounded like a couple times things moved. Now there were several people in the house. We were trying to debunk on whether it was possibly something of the living, was doing these sounds, or whether it was something else. We had to rely more on our devices like the K2s, REM pods, cat balls, stuff like that. We did have a few of those go off here and there. Um, whether it was spirit related, we can't really say. Do know that it wasn't any type of energy because I debunked that from the different areas with equipment to make sure it wasn't electrical or one of the other devices setting these things off. So, possibly it was some kind of spirit energy or something that was making these things activate. I don't think it was, more on the intelligence side, something that was responding. Even though when we were doing the spirit box session, didn't get really a whole lot that come through on that to a lot of the questions I was asking, but it almost seemed like when we were kind of talking amongst ourselves, where I was asking a question to the client there or, my team member, uh, it was almost like they were answering through the spirit box, or not the spirit box, but the spirit talker. Where I'd ask a question, and they would give me an answer, but the spirit box would also give me an answer, which pretty much correlated to what uh, the answer was. So, is this kind of coincidental, or is it possible that something was there intelligent that was answering us? You know, really don't know, can't say for sure. Um, I know I did hear a child's voice, very faint, but I did pick it up. And they do have a daughter there that she was kind of back in her room watching TV. Um, so I know it wasn't her because we were nowhere close to where she was at. I was picking up on, like I say, a child and a man. The child, I was kind of gathering that she was probably about maybe 5, 6 years of age. The man I was picking up on, I would say he was probably more in his mid to upper 30s. Um, they did tell me that um, I believe the daughter, husband, boyfriend had passed away, and she thought, he possibly was still around. Um, it very well could be. Did hear when we were at what point we were there in basically the living room talking, and I heard, like I said earlier, I heard it was just like somebody doing a sigh, like a man, voice that came through. So I do believe there are at least two spirits there. Um, I'm going to end this video, this part here. Um, But basically, we did a little bit of footage outside because they said it's eerie out around the shed. So I'm going to go through that footage and see if there's anything possibly, that might be beneficial to the investigation out there. I do know that cat ball gone off out there. REM pod had activated a few times, and the motion light had activated. So I want to see if we were able to pick up on any sounds or any disembodied voices out there. And also, I was told that in the corner of the backyard on the property, there was an old well they had covered over, possibly Some of this activity might be happening because of this well being there. Can't say for sure. On the inside, we had lights on in the house, as we were doing a lot of the kind of walk through, trying to get readings and doing a few little sessions. We decided that maybe we need to turn all the lights off and go to night vision and possibly see if that might activate and ramp things up a little bit. So in the next video, we'll probably have some of that footage in it. So until then, hope you enjoyed this one. And be sure to join our channel if you're not a member. Hit that subscribe button, that notification bell. That way you don't miss out on any of them. Also, since we're making some of the changes to our channel, doing things a little bit different, hey, if you are liking what we're changing, what we're doing, please smash that like button. Let us know that, you like what we're doing. Until then, hey, stay spooky.